The Titanic, a name that echoes through time, a symbol of both opulence and tragedy. The Millionaire's Special, as it was known, was a marvel of engineering, a floating palace of dreams. It was deemed unsinkable, a testament to man's triumph over nature. But fate had other plans. On a cold April night, the unthinkable happened. The Titanic, on her maiden voyage, collided with an iceberg and sank to the bottom of the Atlantic. Over a century later, the Titanic continues to captivate our imaginations. The disaster, one of the deadliest peacetime maritime tragedies in history, left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. It's a tale of hubris, of human fallibility, a reminder that even the grandest of ambitions can be shattered in an instant. Yet, beyond the known facts and figures, the Titanic holds mysteries that continue to fascinate and intrigue. What really happened on that fateful night? Were there unseen forces at play? Could the disaster have been avoided? As we delve into the depths of this maritime enigma, we'll explore not just the known facts but the whispers, the theories, the untold stories that paint a richer, more complex picture of the Titanic's final hours. This is a journey into the heart of a legend, a quest to unravel the mysteries that lie beneath the waves, forever entwined with the Titanic's tragic fate. The RMS Titanic, a British passenger liner operated by the White Star Line, embarked on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City on April 10, 1912. Carrying over 2,200 passengers and crew, it was the largest ship afloat at the time. The ship was a marvel of Edwardian elegance, boasting luxurious amenities including a swimming pool, gymnasium, and libraries. It was a microcosm of society, with passengers ranging from affluent families to immigrants seeking a new life in America. On the night of April 14, 1912, at 11:40 p.m. ship's time, the Titanic struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic. The impact, while not initially perceived as catastrophic, proved fatal. The seemingly impregnable hull was breached and water began to flood the ship's compartments. Despite frantic efforts to contain the damage, the Titanic, deemed practically unsinkable, was doomed. The ship sank in the early hours of April 15, claiming the lives of over 1,500 people. The tragedy sent shockwaves around the world. The loss of life was staggering, and the circumstances surrounding the disaster raised serious questions about maritime safety regulations and the efficacy of emergency procedures. The sinking of the Titanic became a defining moment in history, forever altering the course of maritime travel. While the basic facts of the Titanic's sinking are well documented, there are countless individual stories, whispers from the deep, that add a human dimension to the tragedy. Accounts of heroism and selflessness emerge from the chaos, stories of passengers and crew who put the lives of others before their own. The band, famously playing on as the ship sank, provided a hauntingly beautiful soundtrack to the unfolding tragedy, a testament to human resilience in the face of unimaginable fear. There are also stories of missed opportunities, of near misses, and of tragic coincidences. Some passengers, sensing an unsettling stillness in the air, chose to stay awake that night, their instincts saving their lives. Others, lulled into a false sense of security by the ship's opulence and the reassurances of the crew, slept through the initial impact, only to awaken to a nightmare. These untold stories, passed down through generations, offer a glimpse into the human drama that unfolded on that fateful night. They remind us that behind the statistics and the cold, hard facts, there were real people with dreams, hopes, and fears, caught in a maelstrom of events beyond their control. These whispers from the deep humanize the tragedy, reminding us that the Titanic's story is not just about a ship, but about the lives that were forever changed by its sinking. The iceberg, the immediate cause of the Titanic's demise, has long been seen as a random act of nature, a tragic twist of fate. But some researchers and historians propose that there was more to the story. Could the iceberg have been just the tip of a more complex, unseen danger? Was the Titanic doomed from the start by factors beyond its control? Some theories suggest that unusual weather conditions, including unusually warm temperatures and calm seas, played a role in the tragedy. These conditions may have made it more difficult to spot the iceberg in the darkness, contributing to the delayed reaction time. Additionally, the calm waters could have created a mirage-like effect, distorting the perception of distance and size, making the iceberg appear less threatening than it actually was. Others point to the limitations of the technology available at the time. Binoculars, crucial for spotting icebergs in the dark, were reportedly locked away, and the crew lacked access to them. Furthermore, the wireless communication system, while advanced for its time, was still in its infancy and not fully reliable. These technological shortcomings may have contributed to the chain of events that led to the collision, raising questions about whether the disaster could have been averted with better equipment and procedures. Among the many theories surrounding the Titanic's sinking, one of the most intriguing, albeit unsubstantiated, is the curse of the mummy. Legend has it that a cursed Egyptian mummy, brought aboard the Titanic as cargo, may have played a role in the ship's tragic fate. While this theory is widely dismissed as mere superstition, it adds a layer of mystique and intrigue to the Titanic's story. The story of the mummy's curse gained traction in the years following the disaster, fueled by sensationalized newspaper accounts and popular imagination. The mummy in question was said to be that of an Egyptian priestess, Amen-Ra, housed in a beautifully ornate sarcophagus. According to the legend, the mummy possessed supernatural powers and brought a curse upon anyone who disturbed her eternal rest. While there is no evidence to support the existence of such a mummy on board the Titanic, the story captured the public imagination and became part of the Titanic lore. It served as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the unseen forces that may lie beyond our understanding. The curse of the mummy, while likely a fabrication, reflects the human fascination with the supernatural and our desire to find explanations for events that seem beyond comprehension. One of the more controversial theories surrounding the Titanic's sinking is the switch theory. This theory proposes that the Titanic's sister ship, the Olympic, was deliberately sunk in an insurance scam orchestrated by the White Star Line. Proponents of this theory point to a series of suspicious events and inconsistencies in the official accounts of the disaster. The Olympic, launched a year before the Titanic, had been involved in a collision with a British warship, sustaining significant damage. The switch theory suggests that the damaged Olympic was repaired and disguised as the Titanic, allowing the White Star Line to collect insurance money for a new, undamaged ship. This theory, while lacking conclusive evidence, has gained traction among some researchers who question the official narrative. Supporters of the switch theory cite discrepancies in eyewitness accounts, variations in the ship's portholes, and the alleged switching of nameplates and other identifying features. They argue that the White Star Line, facing financial difficulties, had a motive to stage the disaster. While the switch theory remains highly speculative, it highlights the enduring fascination with the Titanic and the willingness to explore alternative explanations for the tragedy. The distress signals sent out by the Titanic on that fateful night were a desperate plea for help, a lifeline in the face of impending doom. However, the response to those signals was not as swift or effective as it could have been. The reasons for the delayed response are complex and multifaceted, highlighting the limitations of communication technology at the time and the human errors that compounded the tragedy. The Titanic's wireless operators, using the relatively new technology of wireless telegraphy, sent out a series of SOS distress signals, along with their position coordinates. However, the signals were not received by all ships in the vicinity, and some that did receive them failed to grasp the urgency of the situation. The Californian, a ship positioned relatively close to the Titanic, received the distress calls but inexplicably failed to respond, a decision that has been the subject of much scrutiny and debate. The Carpathia, a Cunard Line steamship, received the Titanic's distress calls and raced to the scene, arriving 2 hours after the ship had sunk. While the Carpathia's crew worked tirelessly to rescue survivors from the lifeboats, the delayed response ultimately meant that many lives were lost. The tragedy highlighted the need for improved communication protocols and a more coordinated response to maritime emergencies. Amidst the chaos and tragedy of the Titanic's sinking, stories of remarkable courage and resilience emerged. One such story is that of Margaret Molly Brown, a socialite and philanthropist who became known as the unsinkable Molly Brown for her bravery and determination during the disaster. Molly Brown's story is a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity, even in the face of unimaginable fear. Molly, traveling in first class, was awakened by the sound of the Titanic's collision with the iceberg. She helped other passengers board lifeboats, refusing a seat herself until everyone else was safely aboard. Once in a lifeboat, Molly took charge, urging the crew to row back to the sinking ship to search for survivors. Her courage and leadership inspired others in the lifeboat, helping to maintain calm amidst the panic and despair. After being rescued by the Carpathia, Molly Brown continued to display her strength and compassion. She helped organize relief efforts for the survivors, raising funds and providing support to those who had lost everything. Her story became a symbol of hope and resilience, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can prevail. Over a century after its sinking, the Titanic continues to reveal its secrets thanks to advancements in underwater exploration technology. Remotely operated vehicles, or ROVs, equipped with high-definition cameras and sonar equipment, have allowed scientists and researchers to explore the wreck site in unprecedented detail, capturing images and gathering data that shed new light on the ship's final moments. The use of ROVs has enabled scientists to create detailed maps of the wreck site, documenting the ship's debris field and the condition of the hull. These explorations have revealed the immense force of the impact with the iceberg, the extent of the damage, and the sequence of events that led to the ship's rapid descent to the ocean floor. The images captured by the ROVs have provided a haunting glimpse into the Titanic's final resting place, a graveyard of dreams frozen in time. In addition to visual exploration, scientists have used sonar technology to create acoustic images of the wreck site. Sonar pulses, emitted from surface vessels, bounce back from the ocean floor, creating detailed images that reveal the shape and structure of the Titanic's remains. These technologies have revolutionized our understanding of the Titanic's sinking, providing valuable insights into the mechanics of the disaster and the forces at play in the deep ocean. The Titanic's story has resonated deeply in popular culture, inspiring countless books, films, documentaries, and even musicals. The disaster, with its themes of love, loss, and the fragility of human existence, has captivated audiences for generations, ensuring that the Titanic's legacy endures in our collective imagination. James Cameron's 1997 blockbuster film Titanic brought the story to a new generation, becoming one of the highest-grossing films of all time. The film, while fictionalized, captured the grandeur of the ship and the human drama of the disaster, sparking renewed interest in the Titanic's history. Countless documentaries have explored various aspects of the tragedy, from the lives of the passengers and crew to the scientific investigations of the wreck site. The Titanic story has also been immortalized in music, literature, and even video games. The tragedy has inspired countless songs, ranging from folk ballads to orchestral scores, each offering a unique interpretation of the event. Books and novels, both fictional and non-fiction, have delved into the historical details, the personal stories, and the enduring mysteries surrounding the disaster. The Titanic's legacy extends even to the digital realm, with video games allowing players to experience the ship's voyage and explore the wreck site virtually. The RMS Titanic, a symbol of both human ambition and tragedy, continues to fascinate and intrigue over a century after its sinking. The disaster, a stark reminder of the power of nature and the limits of human ingenuity, has left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. While the basic facts of the sinking are well documented, the Titanic's story is far from a closed book. The whispers from the deep, the untold stories, the enduring mysteries all contribute to the Titanic's enduring allure. Theories abound, ranging from the plausible to the outlandish, each attempting to shed light on the events of that fateful night. Technological advancements have allowed us to explore the wreck site in unprecedented detail, revealing new insights into the ship's final moments and the forces at play in the deep ocean. The Titanic's legacy extends far beyond the wreckage at the bottom of the Atlantic. The disaster has inspired countless works of art, literature, and film, ensuring that the story continues to be told and retold for generations to come. The Titanic, forever frozen in time, serves as a timeless reminder of the fragility of life, the importance of human connection, and the enduring power of storytelling to capture the imagination and inspire reflection. The Titanic's allure lies not just in the tragedy itself, but in the questions it continues to raise, the mysteries it holds, and the stories it inspires. It is a story that continues to resonate with each passing generation, a timeless reminder of the human capacity for both triumph and disaster.